How are you doing? BBN Fan Show is here for you, the loyal BBN Fan Show. Miss Leigh, we're going to have a few topics to topic away, and let's, we can get to a few of them, but let's give out a shout out to Big Mike. We know and we're praying everything is going good with him. I'm sure it is. I talked to him a little bit this morning. I sent him a picture of the sunrise coming up here, and he said, I love that bluegrass and that sunshine, the Kentucky skies. But, Miss Leigh, I mean, how was your day? And I know it's hot and everything is going good, but, how's everything going on your end?
Oh, my day was good. Yeah, I'm sure Big Mike misses it. So it's good to send him pictures. So, everybody, if you follow him, send him pictures of your sunrises and, your scenery, because he's going to be missing that. Hello, everybody. My day went good. It was pretty non-eventful. Had to have the plumber come and look at Mom's toilet. The tank cracked. So there's a new toilet in the future. We just have to decide if we're going to get the handicapped one that sits up a little bit higher, or if we're going to stay with the one that we got. So other than that, nothing much going on.
Okay, well, I mean, it's Wednesday night and Mercury's on here. He's already whoop. What's going on, Mercury?
Whoop,
Hey,
whoop.
yeah, I talked with Mercury once or twice through the week and just seeing how he's doing out on the road and everything. But
I totally mean to call, but my mom there's so much with her.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that Mercury understands.
I apologize, but I promise I will call you and we can chit-chat. Oh, and for those that do not know, hey Jeff, what's up?
Yeah, Jeff.
For those of you that don't know, our show is now available on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, I checked it out yesterday after Mike had said, and I was real surprised. It even has shows that we are not on or wasn't on, but most of them it looks like that we are going to be, affiliated with. So yeah,
Mercury, if you're ever bored and you want to go back and listen to a show, we're on iHeartRadio. Carl, what's up?
Yeah, there you go, Carl.
So we're pretty excited that we're actually on iHeartRadio now, guys.
Yeah, that was a big surprise when Mike told me that yesterday morning. I was like, wow.
He told us in our chat, and we were like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, follow us there.
But we get to some. Go ahead.
No, what you got?
We just hit some of the topics. You had a list of some of the 2026 players that we have offered. There was a new person that I saw was Bryson Howard, but he was a 4-star, 6'5", 200 pounds. And he looks like he's a pretty good player. And I believe before it's all said and done, he will be a 5-star player.
Yeah, and he is number 28 overall as far as for recruits. So
I mean, he's right there being a 5-star.
He really is. He really is. But yeah, I've got a list. So the first one on our list is Tyran Stokes, which power forward, number 1 overall, 6'7", 245. To me, it's between him and Kenny as far as coming here.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Jordan Smith.
Yes.
Shooting guard, number 2 overall. So, Pope's doing the work for these top players.
Yeah.
6'2", 200 pounds. We got Brandon McCoy.
McCoy. Yeah.
He's number 3 overall, 6'4", 185. We've got Christian Collins. We could have 2 Collinses. Power forward, number 4 overall, 6'8", 200 pounds. Jason Crow.
I believe Jason Crow is ours to lose. I believe. I believe he's already maybe thinking that it is going to be a decision of coming to Kentucky.
I totally agree with you. We got, and he's 6'3", 170. He was number 5. We've got Caleb Holt, who's number 6, 6'5", 200 pounds, small forward. We got Taj Ariza. He is a small forward, number 8 overall, 6'9", 195. So, Pope's doing the work. We got number 9, number 11, number 14, 17, 18, 20, and 28. Pope has gone after 14 guys that are in the top 30.
Yeah. And there's also
not doing the work.
Yeah, him and his staff are putting in the work. He's covering all bases, everything. He's going to fill these players out and see which ones he really would love to have here. Playing for the University of Kentucky. We didn't mention Mika Murin. Mika Murin is a warm on 24/7. It's showing warm for his what teams he likes. All the other teams that he's looking at is like cold.
Right. I think he's been spoken to. I don't know if there's been an official offer,
Yeah.
and that could be why he's not on this list.
I believe that he is supposed to be in Lexington in the middle of July, and then he is going to be an official visit in the fall.
Right, and that may be when he gets his official offer. And hey, Peanut, what's up? And yes, we're talking about high school recruits.
Yes.
What's up, Peanut? So yes, that's who we're talking about. We've got, out of the top 30 recruits, Mark Pope has talked to 14 of the top 30, and it's 1 through 6 without a miss.
Yeah.
So he's doing the work for that.
I mean, Tay Kenny was on a visit. He was rocking the blue and white this yesterday and today. So he looked great in the uniform and right beside with Pope there in the locker room. So I'm sure that visit went well. We'll hear a little bit more information between now and this weekend. But we hit. There was things that was going on. Mo Diabate, he was talking about how great of a defensive team this team's going to be this year. And I believe there was a lot of last year. If we shot the ball real great from the 3 and shot the ball at a high percent, most of the time we did not lose a game. It was when we did not shoot good from the field, our defense let us down. And this year, our defense is not going to let us down.
No, our defense is going to be amazing. I'm so excited.
Yeah, Carl. Pope's he's staying with this recruiting. I mean, it's 24/7 with him.
Mercury Duke is not on his list that I know of.
Yeah, I haven't seen him with. I didn't see Duke on their list.
So I mean, it may be somebody that we just haven't heard about, but as I know of right now, I haven't seen it officially on his list.
Then Aberdeen was on there, and he was talking, praising Jalen Lowe. And I was talking to Miss Leigh earlier. I just saw an interview with Jalen Lowe. And if you have go to LEX 18, they had a segment. You could hear him actually speak with the interview. And if you seen him, you would not believe the voice that comes out of his mouth. I mean, it blew my mind, and he's a soft-spoken, well-spoken young man, and he's going to be great for Kentucky. He did not know. They asked him how many players from Kentucky has had a triple-double, and for most everybody, Kentucky's only had 4 players that has had a triple-double in a basketball game. He did not know that, and he goes, well, I'm going to make it 5 this year. That's my goal. So,
and with that determination and that drive, I mean, he can very well do it. He's got the skills and the talent.
Yes.
He can very well do it. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah. Mercury, we're right with, coach recruiting the new freshmen, 26, 27, the portal. We're going to hit the portal too. I mean, it's just not going to be all freshmen. We're going to have a lot of return players and, hit the portal and then bring in probably 2 or 3 freshmen, just about what we did this year.
Right. Hey, Jeff, what's up? Good to see you. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends, share the links. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Lousyville fans will say he's whiffing.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see how that turns out for them.
Yes, we will.
It's not going to work out.
Yeah, I believe Pope's going to be a way better recruiter, than Kelsey at Louisville.
Oh, I do too. Oh, Mercury Crystal's coming on. Cool. It'll be good to see her.
Yes.
Good deal. Appreciate that.
If
I want to give
ahead.
a couple shout outs to a couple friends. Denny, if you're watching, Jeff Slynn, Tom Schaus. So, I try to get a couple of my friends in here and there once in a while.
We want to put out a shout out to 21. He was
Yes.
out on the all day long putting out flyers for the 3-on-3 charity basketball tournament that we're going to be having on July the 19th at the Kentucky Ice Center. He was
Lexington
relentless
Ice
today.
Center.
And if he wants to put out a picture or anything right now so that we can, everybody can hear that or see that.
Yeah, he will. Give him just a second. Just a reminder, it's at 2 o'clock. It's $10 to get in, and all the proceeds go to the victims of the tornadoes in London.
Mm-hmm.
So just to refresh everybody's memory, and we will be there.
Yeah, both of us,
And
we will be there. So
it'd be great to see all you guys. Rick, what's up? Okay, there it is, guys. If
there
you
you
want to
go.
take a look at that, and the QR code on that is also you can scan that to watch live. But if you want to donate, if you want to come and see see the games, it's going to be 8 teams of 3 versus 3. So it should be great. Loyal BBN Fan Show versus Kentucky Live.
And I will be coaching the BBN Fan Show, and 21 will be doing his coaching job.
Y'all, I may end up announcing, so we'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, either way, it's going to be a great cause and a lot of fun. So tell everybody you know about it. And
Yep.
21 has been nonstop with this since it became, since it was a brainchild. And we thank him because, I mean, he's working, he's hitting the streets with his show, Kentucky Live. He's just doing amazing things. So I give it up to him, and we appreciate him for that. Louisville is trash.
Louisville is Mercury, yeah. Rick, yeah, we wondered how you had been doing and everything, but thanks for being on here.
Rick, thank you. We appreciate it. The best
Mm-hmm.
BBN Fan Show. We appreciate it, man. For real. Okay. So let's just real quick the TBT.
Mm-hmm.
La Familia, they have announced that when they play, they are going to play Friday, July 18th at 9 p.m.
The day before our 3-on-3
our
tournament.
event. Yes, it is. It's the day before. I wish I could come to Lexington for and for that too and be there for both days, but I just can't swing it. They're going to play against Stroh's squad, which has it's a Bowling Green team. It has 2 guys from Bowling Green State University on it, and there's a guy from Detroit. Like they've got guys from all over. But just to let y'all know, that's when that is. That's Friday, July 19th or 18th at 9 p.m.
Yeah, they Sean Woods and 20 Beckham, they had a little interview the other day and said that there is another player, a non-Kentucky basketball player that is associated with Sean Woods. So it might be one of Sean Woods' old basketball players for where he had coached before, something like that.
It could be, or somebody he played with.
Yeah,
I mean, so we'll have to wait and see on that one, I guess.
Yeah, he said he was going. That was. Already set. They haven't named who the person is, but they're going to add at least 2 more players on top of that. So
cool.
Yeah,
that's good. All right, what you want to talk about next, Jimmy?
Well, did you actually get to see the whole SEC tournament, or the teams that were actually playing on the road and at home this year?
I glanced at it.
Yeah, the only really 2 good teams that we play at home is Florida, and I guess you could throw Tennessee, Missouri, and Vandy, but the rest of the home games is really, a lot of the teams, they're still going to be good teams, but I don't think it's going to be the excitement, because we're not playing Arkansas, Auburn, we're not playing Alabama, we're not playing Texas A&M we're playing them on the road this year.
Right. Speaking of Aberdeen and speaking of Florida, did you see what Aberdeen said? He said that this Kentucky team is better than Florida's championship team.
Mm-hmm.
That gives us some serious, just like, can it start now?
Yeah, him and Mo D, they are both talking up. Both was from Alabama and from Florida, and they're talking about how much it is just appreciation to be on this team. And like Mo D, he was talking about how much it was meant for him. He wished that he would have got recruited by Kentucky out of high school. He would already be here.
Yeah, he said he thought after they didn't recruit him that he really thought that he would never get to play for Kentucky.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
because he wasn't recruited out of high school, he really thought that his dream was over. And his favorite he keeps saying my favorite color's always been blue, and he remembers watching John Wall and those guys. Like you know he's always watched Kentucky.
Yeah, and hit on Jalen Lowe again. He when Pope went out to meet him after he had decommitted, and he was in his hotel room doing a workout for somebody, and Pope showed up, and Jalen Lowe said, "I did not believe that he was as tall as he was," and he's like, "I
Right.
went to try to hug him, and he said that just ain't going to work. He's just too tall."
Yeah, for sure. What's up, Big Mike? He's out
There
walking.
we go, Big Mike.
Good to see you on here, Big Mike. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you on here. Enjoy that walk. I love the video that you made of the walk the other night. That
Yeah,
was great. I loved watching it. I did send it to my cousin who lived in Arabia for 13 years, and she said thank you. So,
yeah, yeah. Peanut, like I agree with Peanut on that. We've got a hard non-conference schedule, and we have a hard conference schedule. It's not going to be a let up. We're probably going to have at least in the top two or three the hardest schedules in the nation this year out of all
oh yeah.
basketball teams.
But you know what? I think we're up to the challenge.
Well, yeah, I believe this team
I
is ready
really
for it.
think this team has bought into the assignment so hard. Like I don't see us being stopped. Uh, you know.
I've got I got two losses for us in the SEC. The
Oh yeah.
non-conference, I could see us one loss, and that would be a loss that it could be just like a 1 point thing. Last second three, it beats us or something. We're not going to get beat on defense, and
Oh no.
if we all of our players, I mean 1 through 14, we've got a great team put together. I mean, the 13th and 14th player on this team could actually play 5 or 6 good minutes and actually come in, and we would not have any let off.
Right. I agree with you. And I don't think it's going to be a platoon thing. I think
No,
it's
yeah,
just going to be this guy's going to give this guy the rest. And can you imagine having an entire team that at any given point they all have
yeah,
fresh legs for the whole team. You don't have a guy out there that looks like his arms are going to fall off and
or
he's
yeah,
sweating buckets and just tired
mm-hmm,
because our team's not going to get that way. We've got so many backups for everybody that we'll just rotate them.
yeah. Yeah, I believe it's going to be a situation where if the player does get a little tired, he's going to look over and Pope's going to be like, "Okay, you're out. I'll get you back in as soon as you get a breather." But yeah, and we're not going to have a fall off on that. And yeah, Travis Perry, yeah, he has to come
Got
back
to come
to
back to Lexington
Lexington
to
this
run.
year.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Yeah,
Oh,
Peanut, yeah,
Carl, to
Peanut was
answer
saying
your
that
question.
we.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Oh,
Jimmy.
Peanut saying, yeah, peace in the Middle East. So that's a good thing.
That's huge. Carl, four.
Yes.
Four.
Yeah, we hit on that, Carl. And Jalen Lowe said he's going to be number 5.
Yes. So, and if he is at the end of the year, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, our
What
player profile, you want to go ahead and lead this one out on there?
Andrija Jelavic, or as we call him, Jelly.
Jelly.
I love this guy. I love this guy. He is projected. He said he should be on campus soon. Probably he said maybe a couple weeks, maybe days.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious for that. He's been playing with grown men.
Mm-hmm.
He will be the second Croatian player to play for Kentucky. He is the 21st foreign player that Kentucky has ever had.
Mm-hmm.
He is 6'10, 6'11, give or take, you know, whether you measure him in the morning or measure him at night.
Yeah.
He is an amazing guy. He's an amazing forward. His stats, 32 minutes in a game, he had 20 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he can go the distance for the whole game. He can score. His rebounding is good. He free throws. He was 4 for 4 in that game on free
Yeah.
throws. So, to have a presence that has played, between him and Mo, or
Mm-hmm.
him and Mo going for who's going to start. Mo's got the SEC experience, and Jelly has got grown men physicality experience. So
Yeah.
I think that it's going to come down to which one of those fits in at that moment. I don't think it's going to be this one's always going to start. This one's always. I think it's going to be who fits that moment, that game, that player that you have on you.
Yes.
So
and I go ahead.
Mercury says, yeah, but he's already missing practices. But he just stopped. He just finished playing in a tournament. So he hasn't been sitting around not conditioning. He's been actually playing games for the past 3 weeks. So he's not really missing any practice.
And really, I mean, we're only practicing 4 hours a week. I mean, 1 hour a day is what they're allowed for actually, conditioning and, individual drills and stuff like that. The other 4 hours that they're allowed, because they're allowed 8 hours a week, that's like film. That's doing other things. So he's not really missing anything. Right now, there's not much going on with what offense they're going to be running. They're working on defensive drills, getting in shape and everything for the summer to get ready for the fall.
Right. My friend Amy's on here watching. Amy, how you doing? I can't wait for the season either.
Yeah.
I'm going through withdrawals for real. Like I'm still, you know me, I watch old games because I can't stop.
Somebody was commenting. Now, I believe we will sweep Vanderbilt this year.
Yes.
Carl was talking about he thinks Okega could get a triple double this year. Hey, I want 2 or 3, 4 players on this team to have triple doubles this year. Let's take it from 4 players. Let's make it 8 players that has had a triple double here at Kentucky.
Right. Can you imagine having 2 players on the team that have triple doubles? That would be.
Yeah. Yeah. 21 just hit us up and was talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, he won the regular season MVP. He was MVP for the playoffs. He's got a ring now. Him and Cason Wallace on that team, they're NBA champions now, and that just reflects back on another player from that we was recruiting is talking about how Kentucky is point guard university, and both of them,
right.
Cason Wallace, he played the guard position along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that's just reflection back on Kentucky.
Exactly, and he's such a good guy.
Yeah,
it couldn't have happened to a better guy, and I'm happy for Cason, and I'm happy for both of them, SGA and Cason.
Yes,
because. And like you said, that's another Kentucky. Those are 2 more Kentucky boys that are doing big things in the NBA.
Yeah.
So that speaks to recruits that, because they started somewhere that developed them into those players.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, and Peanut was, Mike asked, is his frame the same size as Z? You're right, Peanut. Jelly is a lot more proportional. Like he's a thicker guy. He's got more muscle on him. He's not that goober guy like Z was, for sure.
The thing with him and Mo D, putting them 2 together, they might be going against each other, for a starting position, but they're like a mirror image of each other. Both of them can handle the ball. Both of them can shoot the ball. Both of them, they got great passing ability. They're long, they're lengthy. They got, a long wingspan. These two players, we're not going to have a fall off whether Mo starts and then Jelly comes in, or if Jelly starts and Mo comes in. This is going to be a position that we're not going to have to worry about for 40 minutes.
Right. And they were saying that that Jelly's a wild card for our team, and one of the quotes about him said he's the perfect picture of what people think of when they think of a European forward.
Yes.
He can shoot, dribble, and pass while still being able to score down low with a great touch. So that is going to be huge, to have a well-rounded, can shoot from anywhere, not afraid to go in the paint. That's going to be huge. Amy, JQ, I really think he will be, because he said he would be ready by September, and he's already practicing with the team, taking some light touches and things. And when somebody has a knee surgery, when you're going to be where you're going to be as best you're going to be. When you've arrived, when you've reached that. And by him saying that, he knows his body. And I firmly believe he's going to be there for the very first game.
Yeah, I believe he'll be ready.
Yeah, you can put that down. I think he's going to be in the very first game. Now, I do believe his minutes for the first few games are going to be limited.
Yeah, I don't think
you don't want to put that much. You don't want to put that much strain on him. You want to let him get a feel for getting back into it. So I don't think he's going to get a lot of minutes right away, but I think he's going to work up to being one powerful individual.
Yeah, he's going to be a special player. I mean, if everybody has not went back and watched some of the Arizona State games that he played in last year, watch the McDonald's All-American game that he played in. He dominated in that game. I mean, this is a great player. If Pope would have had him last year and we had him again this year, this would have been a team last year. I don't know that we had lost very many games.
Yeah, it would have been a totally different team if we would have had somebody that rebounded, got in the paint, could dribble, had played a more physical game. Because honestly, I think that's what our defense was lacking last year, was the physicality, for sure. Nobody going at everybody to get the ball.
Yeah, I think, like Carl said, I think he could be on the verge of maybe breaking. That's 186 blocks in 1 year. So he's got his hands full, but I believe if it's anybody, I think he could be one that comes close or breaks it.
I do too. Oh, thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Peanut, the shows will still be on YouTube, but after they're on YouTube, then they get moved over to iHeart. So we're going to be on both for sure. 21, you're doing an amazing job too. We appreciate it. Oh yes, Carl, we do. Big Mike and 21, if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here. So, our utmost gratitude to them for sure. I was looking, Mark Pope said that Jelly was a really skilled, athletic, mobile veteran player who has been playing at a high level for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's been mentored through development program at Mega, which is one of the best development centers and great players in Europe. Says he has a unique combination of size, athleticism, and skill that's going to translate seamlessly into our system. So I think he's just going to slide right in, and I think he's going to be amazing. And that's like I said, that's bringing some physicality that we needed.
Well, there's a lot of different podcasts and things that we see off and on, but at least one or two or more that I have watched is talking about they think that Kentucky is going to be better than expected.
Oh yeah, and they said too that if he is able to unleash his potential at Kentucky, that it's going to take Kentucky Wildcats to the next level.
I believe
he's a big part.
And hopefully, he's a freshman. I'm hoping that we have him for 2 years, maybe 3 years. But if if he's good as advertised, I think maybe he could be a 2-year player, and then he'll probably be on one of the top 10 draft boards in the next couple years.
Yeah, Amy Dabney says he will be a beast. The BBN will love him, and I believe that.
Yeah,
I do. I believe that 100%. Aw, thanks, 21.
yeah.
That's nice. That's really nice. What else you got?
Well, they haven't. I'm waiting for them to bring out the last team they were supposed to have for the non-conference schedule. They haven't announced that one. I know they added Valpo and Eastern Illinois, but the other third team they have not mentioned yet. So,
Any thoughts on who you think it might be?
no, not really, because I haven't heard anything on any message boards about what teams they. It's going to be. It could be a MAC team. It could be one of them MEC conference teams. Something like that. I don't think it's going to be any top 25 team or anything like that. But it's going to be just part of that BB. It's the bluegrass tournament that they play 3 different teams, and they play it like in 3 different days, so like that. But I don't think it's going to be anybody special.
Right, nobody that we've really heard of or know of.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I thought, well, you never know.
Never know. Yeah, I mean. Mercury, yeah. Lance Dahl, I think he was talking about. He thought that Kentucky was going to be maybe better than expected.
Yeah, Carl, you're right. Trent Noah's gonna do something.
Well, he's already
really
looked like he's already added about 15 pounds of muscle, and in his summer press conference, where they talked to most of all the players, but he looks like he's gained 15 pounds of muscle.
Right, he really does. He looks like he's definitely been in the weight room putting in the work, which we needed. I love the kid. He just needed to put on a little bit of work.
Peanut, I know they do the first round of the draft, the top 32, and then the next day I think they'll do the rest of it. But I think it might not be on ESPN. It might be on ESPNU. But I think they do broadcast both the first and second rounds.
I am looking that up right now. So June 25th today at 8:00, and it is on ESPN and ABC.
And that's on tonight. Yeah.
Tonight at 8:00.
At 8:00. Yeah.
So anybody that wants to watch, it's on ESPN and ABC. If you want to watch the draft.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see any Kentucky players go in the first round. I mean, Jackson Robinson, it would surprise me if he got in the very late of the first round, but I believe he'll be like beginning or midway of the second round.
Dude, I'm watching it tomorrow. Because I know that I'm not going to see anybody tonight.
I'm probably not going to watch it tonight either. Yeah.
Oh, so y'all, if you see me look over this way, it's because I'm watching Lou City FC soccer.
Yeah.
And we just scored another goal. So now it's 2-1 against Loudon. So Loudon United. So anyway, in case anybody likes soccer, there you go for that.
I have not ever watched a soccer game in my life. I've watched highlights. I can watch highlights, but
my grandsons both like soccer and they played. But this is great because and let me tell you something. Football games have a lot of minutes. Basketball games have a lot of minutes. But when you play 2 45-minute halves and you don't get 20 minutes in between, and you are literally on that field running for 45 minutes, and if they stop for 3 minutes, they add that on.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, they got some stamina. They are physically fit. And it's fun to watch.
Do they play 3 quarters or 2 quarters?
No, they play 45 minutes and then 45 minutes again. But if they have to stop for anything, like if a player goes down, then if they stop for 3 minutes, then they'll add 3 minutes onto that first 45 and it'll be 48.
I've
say
seen,
+3.
yeah, I've seen that before, and I was always wondering why they added more minutes.
They added because they had a stoppage of some kind at some point.
Okay, okay.
And then they added on. And then at the end of the game, like the last 45 minutes, the second half, then if they have to add some on, they do. So
Yeah.
yeah, but right now it's 71 minutes into the game, which it's the second half's almost over and it's 2-1. So yeah, I don't know if anybody cared about that, but there you go. It is what it is.
Yeah, Carl. Like, yeah, I'm sure you're talking about Tim Duncan. Like, I'm thinking you're talking about JQ in practice. Yeah, he's a player that could be like a Tim Duncan.
I think he meant Duncan, like Duncan
Well,
Duncan.
I mean, he could be. Yeah, it's spelled like Tim Duncan, but
Yeah, but
maybe
that could be autocorrect.
yeah, that could be autocorrect. But if he's dunking in practice, I mean, yeah, that's no surprise to me. He's going to dunk on a lot of players this coming year.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's some players in practice that's not going to admit it, but they probably got dunked on too.
Probably. and somebody asked earlier when John Wall was going to be practicing with the team. They're waiting, I think, until they get out of this school limitation on practicing.
Yeah.
So they can focus on fundamentals and stuff and conditioning. And then once they get focused on all that and get through this time period where they're limited.
This is what it's summer school.
Right. So once they get finished with this limitation on hours, I think that's when John Wall's going to come in to practice with the team.
Yeah.
Because right now they're concentrating on the important fundamentals that they need to get done.
Well, also the TBT, they're going to be practicing against them also.
Right. So they've got to work all that in, and they're limited on time. So I really see that, once that limitation is lifted, I see that's when John Wall will go practice with the team. We already know who the number 1 pick is. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I don't want to even say his name. I'm tired of hearing it.
No, do not. Do not.
Go ahead. Oh.
I know where that is. Shh.
They need to change that.
Wait. Did everybody hear you just now, or do we need to tell them?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, 21 just said he was in Lexington and he was driving, and there was actually an intersection that was Cooper Drive and what was the other one?
Duke Street or Duke Avenue or something.
Now Duke Road and Cooper Avenue. Who?
We need to get a hold of Lexington, Commerce or whatever, and
oh look, he's got a
have
map
that
of
changed.
It.
Yeah, we'll look at this.
Oh no!
Wow.
No.
Yeah,
Crystal.
we need to have that changed.
Crystal's here. Crystal, it's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks, Crystal, for being on here.
Is Mark Stoops a boiled hot dog? Oh, he is. He really is. He really is. He could be. I don't know. I guess it just depends on the way you look at it.
Mercury, Moreno, he's back. All he had was like just a little small hip injury. I think he just banged it against somebody and it was just sore. And they didn't want to, risk any more injury. But he's back in Lexington. He's practicing every day with what they're doing, the 1 hour a day.
Yeah. So I'd be in jail if I went past the signs because I'd rip them down. Right?
Yeah.
Get to face city property. Yeah, no. I don't know who ever thought of that. SDB, great show. Thank you. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate everybody.
We do.
All of our followers, everyone that tunes into our show, shares it with their friends, clicks the like button, subscribes to the channel. And for those of you that haven't heard, you can now listen to us on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to me
Yeah.
yesterday morning.
Mike told us yesterday. I was like, "What?"
And I know a lot of friends of mine that they listen to that driving when they have like an hour drive. They'll get on there, and I told them, well, just go to the sports, type in the Loyal BBN Fan Show. It pops right up, and it shows all the different ones on there, and you can just click on it, and there it goes. It's ready to listen to.
Right, all the shows are on there. So the guys' shows on Monday, our shows, all of it's on there. So if you can't listen or watch, and you want to go back and listen, you can. I got a friend that door dashes, and he listens to iHeart the entire time he's in his car.
Yeah.
So he'll be listening. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm real excited about this non-conference schedule. I mean, there's teams like Valparaiso that, they've been in the tournament before, but Eastern Illinois, Texas Tech that is coached by John Pelfrey now. And, he was on the unforgettable teams. We got like North Carolina Central, Bellarmine, Southern. But, I mean, the St. John's game, that is going to be so, in Atlanta, that is going to be a great basketball game. The Gonzaga game down in Nashville, that's going to be an exciting game. Michigan State in New York. I mean, we traveled to New York, Atlanta, Nashville. I mean, we're going to be in Louisville this year. So we got a great schedule this year.
Big cities,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like, we're all totally jonesing right now. Like,
yeah, I'm getting my fixes. I watched last night. I watched the Kentucky game versus Ohio State when Brandon Knight hit the winning jumper. I watched that, and then every time you watch something on YouTube like that, another thing pops up because it's thinking, well, okay, this is something you might want to watch. And then another Kentucky game came on, and I watched the Kentucky Louisville game in the Sweet 16 to go to the Final Eight with Anthony Davis and them, and I was like, wow.
I watched that one on Sunday. That's what I watched.
I mean, that's how I'm getting my fix to try to keep myself sane before the season actually begins. I cannot wait for September, October to get here.
Carl, you have a good night too. We appreciate you.
Yeah, have a good night. I know you're going to work, Carl. Yeah.
We appreciate you being here.
We sure do. Peanut said, call in, Carl.
Over or under 13 SEC wins?
Well, we got 18 games in the SEC. I believe we're going to be over.
I go with over.
I say over. Yeah, over. I believe 2, maybe 3 losses is at the most.
I say we get 15 SEC wins. 15.
Yeah. Well, that'd be 15-3 in the SEC because we'll have 18 games. So yeah, I'll take 15-3, and 15-3. You're either the number 1 team in the SEC or you're right there in second spot.
Right. I'll take 15-3. It could be 16-2, but I'll take 15-3.
Yeah.
So yeah. I watched Oklahoma. Oh, Mercury watched the Oklahoma game.
Oklahoma game. Which one?
21 says 40 away.
40-0 way. Yeah. Hey, I mean, this is going to be a good team. I mean, I don't think there's. I could see less than 5 losses on this team.
Yeah. Mercury's taking the over by 3. Darren's taking the over. Hey, Darren, how's it going?
Yep.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, so I believe it's over.
Mike. Good question. What time we going on? Jimmy, you got anything else?
At this time, no. I mean, it's slow. I mean, we're all anticipating this coming year. We're begging for news. I'm begging my phone just to beep and something comes on that's exciting to hear about. But it's just slow. And every other podcast is the same way. They're striving to try to get something to talk about, just to be on and see people.
Well, you know what we have that they don't have? Our followers, the people that
Yeah,
come and tune into us. We have the Big Blue Nation. We
I know.
have all of these
I
great
know.
people that are loyal to us, and we appreciate them. And that's what we have that they don't have. And I just like getting on here. We get on some random chats about some things, but we're here for you guys, and we enjoy the conversation back and forth with you. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear your thoughts. We want your opinions. And we wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for you guys too. So
Yeah, I know when you're watching this on YouTube, like if people go back and watch this, or if you're watching it live right now, I know you all cannot see what we can see. We can see Mercury 21, Carl, everybody's comments. So we're seeing all that, and we're so much appreciated. And do not think that anything that you say, there was a situation Monday night. We took care of that. But, everything that's going on with what you're saying, we see it. If we do not comment on it, it's not that we didn't see it. It's just we was commenting on something else, and then we forgot about it, and we're sorry for that. But we try to, get back with everybody. I'm on group chats with everybody that's on this show, but I'm also friends with some of the people like Mercury and things like that, and we actually talk through the week, and that gives information to be able to talk about, when we have another show. So I mean, we're so appreciated of everybody that's on here.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Peanut, you're right. If it wasn't for the BBN, nobody would talk college basketball in the off season. You're
Yeah.
exactly right. But I'm good. I don't have anything else. I just
Yeah.
look forward to seeing everybody again next Wednesday at 7.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, we'll probably have a little bit more information about the TBT, team. We'll have another player, spotlight. Everybody hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification, that way it lets you know everything. Everybody really knows that we're going to be on here on Wednesday nights at 7 and 6 o'clock on Mondays. And, we're excited for both of those nights. We look forward to it through, Thursday through Sunday. We're looking forward to Monday and Wednesdays.
Exactly. And we're appreciative to everybody that's involved.
And to piggyback on what you were saying and everybody else, if you're watching some of these other shows, a lot of these shows are talking about Kentucky. It's like Kentucky is moving the needle again, and Kentucky is like relevant. Everything is going around Kentucky. Mark Pope, his coaching staff, the players that we have what we're recruiting now, and what we've got on the roster, and what we're recruiting in 2027. Everybody's talking about Kentucky. There's not a show that don't go on that I don't hear Kentucky mentioned in their show, and they have to, because they know if they do not, the other venues is going to mention Kentucky, like what we're doing. I think a lot of people piggyback off of us.
And I think that's possible sometimes.
Yeah.
I really do. But yeah, with that, you want to take us out? We love you guys. We will see you next Wednesday.
Darren,
I'll be counting the days.
Yeah, Darren, we hit on that. Defense is going to be a priority for this team. We're not going to lose any games this year because of defense. We gave up, 15, 20 points a game last year because just easy, layups that we should have been in front of our man, but we wasn't. And I believe that was, not Mark Pope's fault. I don't think it was a player's fault. I think it was just, that type of mentality, that they had. But this year, this team's going to have the defensive mentality that nobody's going to, they're going to break down every defensive play, and it is going to be, a highly anticipated for all the players on the court that they're going to go for loose balls. They're going to, get to 50-50 balls. They're going to, this is going to be a great year.
It's going to be a really physical year. I can feel it.
Yeah, I can feel it too. But yeah, everybody, I know, it's right at 50 minutes we've been on here. There's not really much going on to talk about or anything, but hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Everybody, keep saying your prayers about Big Mike. We're thinking about him every day. I'm sending him pictures of different things around the state of Kentucky and things, and he appreciates that. And if you are listening, Big Mike, do not double dip. All right.
No, Big Mike, do not double dip anymore. Keep that plate in your backpack. And if y'all want to know what that's about, go watch the show from Monday night.
Go watch Monday night show, and everybody.
Jimmy, don't tell them.
No, no, don't. Yeah, just don't double dip.
If y'all want to know, go watch the show from Monday night. Big Mike, do not double dip. We love you, but don't do it.
But everybody, thank you, everybody that's been on here. This is the BBN Loyal BBN Fan Show is hosted by me, and then Miss Leigh is on here, and we appreciate you so much, Miss Leigh. I mean, everything that you do a lot of research just like me. I love having you on here, so I don't have to do all the research. I can sit back and enjoy it. Be like 21 in the background where he don't have to, he can direct, but he don't have to do everything that we're, getting all the information. But, we appreciate you so much, Miss Leigh.
I'm grateful to you, Jimmy, and I love doing the show with you. And here's to many, many more.
That's true. Hey, we got all summer and all winter long, and we're going to be on here every week. So everybody, please tune in on Wednesday nights at 7, and then Monday nights at 6, and we're going to be here for you. And it's all about for the fans.
Same cat time, same cat channel.
There you go. So, all right, Big Blue Nation, we are out of here. We'll see you Monday night, and then we'll be back on here Wednesday night. Go Cats.
Bye, guys. Go Big Blue.